Good afternoon and good evening, Bexar County. Decided to go ahead and do the live here for a second as we continue to watch this complex of storms that are to our west and northwest moving to the east at about 20 miles an hour. At this time, there are no severe thunderstorm warnings in effect, but we are watching some pretty hefty activity just by Shavano Park, just south of Stone Oak, south of the Dominion, and then again just approaching our northwest areas. A little weaker activity as you get down towards the central and southern area of this line, but at this point, there's no severe thunderstorm warning in effect for this. However, let's go ahead and bring it in just a tad and let's look at potential hail that may be falling with this activity. So we'll just wait for that to populate. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and turn off the lightning for a second. But it looks like at this point, not seeing much hail with this activity, at least by radar, although this particular radar signature is showing 1 inch, but the actual radar product itself is not appearing to show any kind of activity with this in terms of hail. There may be some winds with this activity. Let's go ahead and look at velocity just to see. There could be some pretty good, up to 30-mile-an-hour winds potentially as this activity pushes east. That's why at this point this activity is not severe warned. I'm sure the National Weather Service is definitely keeping an eye on this as we continue to push through. But as you can see, if you're south of Hollywood Park, actually to your southwest, let's go ahead and put it in motion real quick. So we have a cluster right here that's kind of going to combine with the main cluster here. So if you're just south of Dominion, Hollywood Park and Stone Oak and Timberwood Park, you're going to get some pretty good moderate to heavy rain as this activity continues to push. Some of it's pushing to the northeast, and the actual main line itself is moving to the east at about 20 to 25 miles an hour. Helotes, you're right in the middle of, you had probably a shower just come through, but you're going to have another line of storms to your west that's going to be pushing through as well. Great Forest as well. Leon Valley, you had a moderate to heavy storm or rain shower move through. Additionally, you're going to get a little break, and then you're going to get this side right here, this line, as it continues to move east. Let's go ahead and look at how much rain. We've already gotten quite a bit of rain from the other storms we've had earlier this week and last week and so forth. So this is definitely another gully washer of up to 5 inches, almost 5 inches of rain per hour from some of this activity. As you go for the separate activity that's going to eventually probably congeal with the main line, we're looking at some pretty good rainfall rates right around Shavano Park as well. So overall, in general, some pretty good rains are falling. Let's go ahead and go back to the radar and let's see if we can get some. Let's see if we can get the radar going again really quick. I'm probably going too quickly for it. And let's go back and get the radar there. And let's just go ahead and go to reflectivity hybrid scan. And let's see where we are again as it loads this frame. So again, we have this line right here that's going to probably congeal with this line over here. But at this point, there are no severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for Bexar County. It looks like we have a severe cell down towards the southeast of Stockdale, but that is moving away. Let's kind of pull back a little bit. And it looks like right now the main concern is this line as it continues to push to the east at about 20 to 25 miles an hour. We continue to see some additional activity to the southwest by Dilley, Pearsall, and actually to the west of Divine, Pearsall, and Dilley. But our main concern right now in terms of just general activity is just right here in Bexar County, already approaching Shavano Park again to the southwest of Stone Oak and Timberwood. But then we have this other line that's moving to the east from the west that could start affecting, and it's already starting to affect Great Forest and Dominion. And again, Leon Valley, Medical Center, UTSA, Elotes, Lackland Air Force. It's probably a little while for you guys to get some of this activity, but it's definitely pushing to the east at about 20 to 25 miles an hour. You got a little bit of a appendage of a storm right here just to the northwest of downtown. We're going to let this activity load up again. So just right to the west of Hollywood Park, right to the west of Stone Oak, and to Timberwood Park. Looks like you got some activity about to head your way. Again, this is not severe, but could see maybe some potential small hail, but nothing to the point where we're looking at anything destructive. Let me see if we can do this real quick. And for some reason, we're not able to put that back into play. So let's go ahead and go back to the previous radar we were at earlier. So let's go here and go back to the MRS. So there's our radar again, showing the activity essentially just pushing to the east. We're going to put it in motion again, so it's going to load up a little bit. Again, if you're the west of Hollywood Park, west of Stone Oak and Timberwood, you're going to see some moderate to heavy rain momentarily. But again, this activity is not severe warned. This was a previously severe warned area earlier, but that is now no longer the case as we continue to see these storms essentially push to the east at about 20 to 25 miles an hour. Again, you might see some gusty winds. You could see some small hail, but definitely some pretty good rainfall will accompany this activity as it continues to push east. As the night continues, we'll continue to monitor for any additional development. But at this point, we got some additional storms way out here in near Sanderson. So we'll definitely keep an eye on the development on this side of the state. But at this point, looks like we'll get a little break. We'll definitely keep an eye on any kind of models. Now, if you're actually just happen to have any family or friends or interests south of Three Rivers, northeast of Freer, looks like we have a pretty potent storm down here. Let's go ahead and pause this for a second. Again, nothing here, but if you happen to be or have potential family or friends or interests to the southwest of Georgia West, northeast of Freer, this particular cell is severe warned and tornado warned as well. So just be aware if you happen to have somebody of interest or friends in that, and that's obviously looking like it's following State Highway 59 there to the west of 281. Again, down in Bexar County, nothing of any kind of severe consequence. Hopefully we'll just remain with some pretty good just rains that we're continually need for our drought, and definitely need that kind of rain, because the more rain that we get around the area, the better as we move into the hotter summer months. And already getting a report that it's going to be dark. Yes, it's going to be dark in Stone Oak as this activity hits in. But again, keep in mind that this activity is not severe warned. Meanwhile, I am going to bring up the fact that we are not severe warned, but that doesn't mean we're out of the woods. We have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect till 10 p.m. as you can see on the scroller. So the areas you see pretty much shaded in orange, that's kind of, I guess blinking or just probing or whatever. That area, that strobing light that you see here, is just indicating that this area right here is under a severe thunderstorm watch till 10 p.m. As we continue with these activity. And let's go ahead just for now, turn off MR, and let's look at the convective outlook, and let's bring up, if we can, so we are still under a slight risk for severe weather today or tonight. And then let's look into tomorrow. And as it looks like tomorrow, looks like we're just going to be general thunderstorms. So if we can get again past today and tonight, we should be okay. And then after that, the activity seems to be gone by the third day, which would probably be Thursday or Friday, I believe. So we should be okay once we can get past tonight in terms of the severe risk that we're currently in, which is slight at this moment. And that actually covers quite a bit of area, all the way down to the Rio Grande Valley, over there by Jasper, and just to the southwest over here, and to the north, just south of DFW Metroplex. So This whole area is under the gun for potentially severe weather. At this point, though, let's go ahead and bring up radar one more time. We aren't seeing, we're going to let that load real quick. As you can see that this activity continues, but is not severe warned. Already hearing some rain outside my window here, and I'm not hearing any hail. Not to say there couldn't be potentially some small hail, but at this point, looks like the storms are behaving and are not severe warned, and that pretty much what we're going to get is pretty much some pretty good rains. And again, let's kind of zoom in. So again, if you're to the west of Hollywood Park, west of Stone Oak, west of Timberwood Park, you're going to start getting some moderate to heavy rain pretty quick. Dominion, anywhere riding down the I-10 corridor towards the metro, you're going to have some pretty heavy rains there. The activities to the northwest of Gray Forest, and Alota is about to see some moderate rain there. Leon Valley, you can start seeing some light rains to begin with, and then we'll see if this activity will hold together as it continues to push to the east. Lackland, you're in the clear for now. Again, this activity to the south has kind of been weakening a bit, so we'll see if it'll actually hold together as it pushes into the county. But at this point, our main concern right now is just the heaviest activity to the north, but it again is not severe warned. And so we just want to make sure that you guys are aware that we do have a severe thunderstorm watch that remains in effect until 10 p.m. tonight. Again, some moderate to strong storms are potentially moving. Let's bring in the lightning tracker to just see how many lightning strikes we're seeing. So yes, we're seeing quite a bit of lightning out there. So again, it was actually a little higher earlier this evening. So tonight, the fact that it's about 180 or so, it looks like the activity is starting to weaken. But again, if you're outside, please remain indoors. As we always say, when thunder roars, go indoors or head indoors, because lightning is a killer. But as you can see, we have quite a bit of lightning out there. So like last night, we had a pretty vivid light show. So we probably will see some pretty good lightning as this activity continues to push off to the east at around 20 to 25 miles an hour. Again, no severe warnings in Bexar County at this time, and at this point, it doesn't look like it will. But we'll definitely keep monitoring it. But for now, we'll just go ahead and end our live. Don't freak if you get some lightning and hear some thunder. That's pretty vivid. But at this point, these are non-severe storms that are moving through the area. Again, we do have a severe thunderstorm watch that remains in effect until 10 p.m. And we'll continue to monitor the activity as it continues to push to the east. But at this point, we're going to go ahead and end our live, and we'll just update you via Twitter. We again thank you for support, and thank you for tuning in. And we'll continue to monitor this as the evening progresses. This is Bexar County Severe Weather.
You're watching Bexar County Severe Weather live.